my lovely beading people! How are you today? Today a different kind of video, because this video will be about selling your jewelry and putting a price on your jewelry. This video was much requested and I'm going to discuss a few points in this video. I also asked on Beading Beads and Beaders if people had questions, so I'm going to answer those. And to be sure, this is not the way you should do it. If you want to sell your jewelry and you don't know how, or you don't know how to put a price on it, please also check other people, because there are a lot of YouTube videos about selling your handmade things. And it is really worth checking those out, because you can't rely on my opinion only. This is also a bit of personal experience, but also what I've heard from others and what I've seen around. So I hope that you will like it. I'm going to cut and paste and stuff a lot in this video, because I will need to check the questions, and I want to make it clear that one question is answered before I go to another. So I hope that you will like this. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I know you had to wait a long time before I made this, but I really wanted to test out for myself, because the first time this was asked, I didn't really know how to answer some of the questions, especially as it can be a hot topic. Before we start, if you have any other questions on the end of this video, please ask them, because I can't put all the questions in one video, because I just know that it will take so much time, because I know there are people that have questions about Etsy, there are people that have questions about pricing alone, but also with like other things. And if you go to a fair or stuff like that, like how do you set up where you stand, so your stand, how do you set up your stand, and what do you need to bring with you and stuff like that. So that is going to be like a different video, because I can do that all in once. But this is going to be basically like how to sell your jewelry and how to price your jewelry, especially that, how to price your jewelry. So I'm going to first start with the questions, and these are not in the same order as they are asked in, because I think it's easier to discuss some of the questions first before I discuss other things. So the first thing that everybody wants to know, is there a formula to calculate how much you should ask for your jewelry? Yes, there is, and no, there isn't. I know that sounds strange, but there is a price formula, and the one I know about is that cost plus the cost of your jewelry is the cost of your materials plus your hourly wage. So for example, if it costs €5 to, I'm in euros, so that's almost the same as in dollars, but if it costs €5 to make and you charge yourself like 10 an hour and it takes 2 hours to make, 25 would be the cost. That times 2 is wholesale, I hope I say that right. So that would be 50, and then times 2 that, so that will be 100 is retail. Now, of course, you all know that with some of the jewelry, you can't really ask that much for it, because if you bead and like bead weaving, it takes a lot of time, and it is very I don't know really how to say that in English, but it's like this. Sometimes you have like earrings. For example, if you check them out on Etsy, you will have earrings. I'm going to pick up an example, one moment. So I have an example. For example, these earrings, if I can pick them up. These earrings I made a long time ago, and these are in my personal collection. But these are very cheap to make. Like the glass bead, I believe, and all with the findings and all, I believe this is like €2 to make. Only thing that takes a little longer is like the inside, because I've bought like a stuffing that, sorry for my nails by the way, I still need to do them, but I didn't have the time yet. But like for example, these are like maybe 10 minutes to make. The hardest part of this earring to make is the inside, because I've purchased like filling material and I've put it inside of the bead. So these are very pretty, but they're not very hard to make. The only thing with these is you have to ship them in a box because you don't want them to break. So if you find these earrings on Etsy, because there are a lot of people that make these kinds of earrings also with a dandelion inside. I don't know if I say that correctly, but it's like the seed with the little fluffy on the top. Those people sell them for about 17.50, 20 euros. I even have seen them for 25, and of course there are people that sell them for cheaper, but these kinds of earrings go for like 70, 50, 20 euros. Then I have these, and these are my winter glow earrings, for example, and I'm going to show you. If I can hold them right, sorry. Let's see. Yes. These are the winter glow earrings. So these are made with pearls and with seed beads and with Swarovski. So these are with 16 Swarovski pieces each. I think that if I make these, and I make them without Swarovski pearls, because you can also make them with Swarovski pearls, these would be about well, maybe 5 to make, something like that, and 5 euros to make a pair. And I'm about an hour and a half making these. Now let's put that in the formula like from the first one. So these on the market, because that's also a part that I'm going to talk about, these on the market will sell for about the same as these earrings. Of course you can ask more, of course you can try that, but what I found out, like I've priced these in different categories, and 17.50, then they will sell. Then that's the price. Then the price is right. It's not too cheap. It's not too expensive. But people will buy them at that price. But the time is not. You can't compare the time with each other, because the other earrings are about 10 minutes to make, and these cost me 1.5 hours. The materials are much more expensive than the other ones, but still. That has to do with the market. So if you make something, or better, before you make something, check out your market, check out Etsy to see, and that's if you want to sell on Etsy, because we're going to talk about markets and stuff later. That is just, how do I explain that? It is just what people want. So the simple jewelry, like flower jewelry, or the stuff that I just showed you, so the earrings that I showed you, those are the things that are things that many people like. And somehow beaded jewelry is something that is not as much liked as the cheap China jewelry, or the, and sorry that I call it like that, but I don't mean it in a different, in the wrong way, because I buy some things of that myself. I bought like a cute deer and stuff like that. And you can't make that yourself, or you have to make it of polymer clay. So I just bought that, and it was like 2 euros or something. But some people like that better, the cheaper jewelry, the jewelry that can break. So that brings us to a point that I just want to say the market is different, the pricing is different, but also it is for different people, because the people that really like the cheaper jewelry and stuff mostly have like a cabinet full of like cheaper jewelry, not all of course, but just in general. And those people like to switch up jewelry faster than people that like the more expensive jewelry, but really go out and seek out a piece that they really like, that is quality, that maybe is handmade. It can also be sterling silver or something like that, but it can also be that it is handmade, or that it's something unique. And that is the difference between the pricing also. If you put something on the market, let's say, just for example, feather earrings are totally hip at the moment. It's not, but just say it is. feather earrings, and you make feather earrings and you sell those, then that's a top market. That's at that moment hip and in, and you have to get your market at that point, because a year from now it can be that feather earrings are totally out of style and nobody will buy your feather earrings. That's the difference between the market. So the market for the more convenient or the more 13 in a dozen, we say in the Netherlands. I don't know if that's something also in English. I'm sorry for that. But that type of jewelry is easier to sell, but just for a short period of time. Some things are just timeless, but most of those things are just a little bit of time and then it's over. But what we make, in my opinion, and I said in this video is going to be like for my opinion, what we make in with beading is timeless. Because, for example, Hugs and Kisses bracelet, it is as old as time. Like also the daisy chain and stuff like that. Like, we all know that maybe even your grandma made those, because it's timeless and it's always fun to make, and it's something that we beaders start with. And you have like serious projects, like for example Jonna made like a dragon. I don't know if she finished it, but it was pretty, a dragon, and she wanted to make it into a necklace. And there are very a lot of beaders that I really like that make beautiful projects, but it's not your daily jewelry for the most of the people. It would be daily jewelry for people that really like not expensive, but exclusive, that's the word what I'm looking for, exclusive looking jewelry. Not everybody is into that. How many people do you know that rather wear a necklace with like a simple thing or something like that and nothing else? So what I'm trying to say with this long story, for the price formula, yes there is and no there isn't. Because if you're going to price your jewelry at the official price formula, you will not sell those. I've tried it and you will not sell those. Or you have to use like super cheap materials, and then it's not high-end anymore, but you have to use super cheap materials. Then you're going to put it in the formula that I told you, and then maybe you can sell those. My opinion, I'm doing it differently. Because I want to take my, I do count something for my time, and I do count something for my materials, of course. So what I do, what I found working for me, and I'm not going to say that it will also work for you, but you can always try. What I'm trying to do is when I have a material, so for example I'm going to take these, and I'm going to take a different number so that you have an idea. So these are the Winter Glow earrings, and let's say the materials for these are €4. I'm just going to take a different number so that we can make a different sum up. So €4, that's my material cost. I'm going to count something for my time. So let's say it's 2 hours to make, and I'm going to count €5 for my time per hour. Of course that's below minimum wage, but this is based on crafters, so you're not going to do this for a living. You're not, because then most of the people that do this for a living use the official formula, and they check out the market. So for example, if they made something and it should be €50 but it sells for 30, they're going to go 29.95, something like that. But or they don't make it because they won't get their time and energy out of it. But so it's €4 and €5 an hour, so that would be €10, so that's €14. So the earrings would be €14 plus fees and stuff like that. So if you have like fees and stuff from your Etsy, you're also going to count that. And sometimes it totally depends also on the skill level and stuff like that, because sometimes it's just harder to make. Sometimes the material costs nothing, but your time is extra. So let's say, and because I'm not finished with the formula yet, you're going to €4 for your cost for the price of making the jewelry. Then it's €10 because you work 2 hours. You can also charge yourself 10 euros an hour, so then it would be 20, just what you like. Then your fees. I believe that Etsy and PayPal take 3.5% each. And it's 20 cents a listing and stuff like that. And I'm not going to calculate the shipping price including this. So what I'm going to do, that's 7%, but I'm going to do 10% on top of that. So if it's 14 euro, there's 140 extra, so that would be 1540. So that's 50-50, about 50-50. Then I'm going to check the market. So I'm going to check the market, and I will find out that the earrings that I made mostly go for 70-50, like those kinds of earrings with the Swarovski count and stuff like that. 70-50, maybe 22-50, something like that. And I'm going to price accordingly to that. I have made things that I made cost price, including everything like my fees and stuff like that, that it cost me 750 to make. But the price of the market was 15 euros. And then I've put it up for 14.50 and it's sold. Otherwise, I also had it the opposite time, and that is very hard because that feels very wrong. But you are going to try to, you have to try to, let's say, if you have like one jewelry piece that is a little bit more expensive and you have one jewelry piece that is less expensive, you're going to you will make more on one than the other. But some pieces didn't make their money. The cost price of it was 30 euros and they sold it, other people sold it for 25. Then you have to make a decision for that one, because up is always good but down of course isn't. That is the point that you need to see, like, can I do something better than the other people that also sell this? So for example, if you sell it and you want to sell it for 30 instead of 25, maybe you have like a nice box and stuff like that. You can put that in the price of the shipping. Maybe you have like a nice box or stuff like that to send it out. Make a photo of that. Show people like, I do something extra for the 5 euros or $5 that you're going to pay extra with me, because you don't want to go under your price and rather up than under. So that is something that that I do, that is maybe extra, and I always calculate before I start with a project, if I want to sell it, what is it going to cost me, and can I sell it in that way. So long story short, I'm going to make it a whole for you. I don't know how to say that, but I'm going to make a long story short. That's the one. So price formula, yes, you can do the price formula. That is cost price, that is the cost of your materials plus your hourly wage. That times 2 is wholesale, that times 2 is retail. You can do it like that. That is literally the business model. Or you can do it like I do it. Take the cost of your material, take the cost of your time, what you want to calculate for your time, depends on the skill level of the project and stuff like that. You can make up your own hourly wage, what you really like, and then you're going to, if you have fees, put your fees and stuff like that. Check out the market, see if it is in the right category, if it is in the right price, because you don't want to underprice and you don't want to overprice. And if you overprice, make it something that people think, wow, that's super cool and I want that. But you just have to check it out yourself. Try it. Try to put a price on it and try it, because it can be that you make something. I have had earrings that sold like that. I've put it up and it was gone, and I've put jewelry on that has been there for a year, and I make my jewelry made to order, and there's nothing on my Etsy shop. You want to check it out, there's nothing in my Etsy shop at the moment, because I want to start a new thing, and if I'm going to do that and that works for me, I'm also going to make videos about that, so that you guys maybe have a little bit of extra help on that also. But it's not as easy as that. You just have to find your market and see what other people sell it for. And also, if you have the feeling, please push this to your heart. If you have the feeling, I'm selling this way too cheap, either don't sell it either give it as a gift, either wait for the right buyer and just put it in your shop and maybe renew your photos and stuff like that. And if you're selling, of course, on Etsy, and because this part is based on Etsy, but also if you go to markets and stuff, if you feel at any time that you've put so much time in it and you don't sell it for the right price, don't sell it, because you will feel very bad if you sell it under your price. Okay, I hope that helped. It was just the first question, but the next questions are like little parts of this, so I'm going to explain that in a small way again. And I hope to keep this video under 30 minutes. Again, if you have any questions about also the price formula or stuff like this, please comment down below. And as I said again, this is more for like crafters and stuff like that just want to sell the jewelry, to buy new beads. This is not made for retail. And I hope that the retailers that are watching this video understand that I don't want to undercut you, because I know that you work hard and I know that you try to make a living with this. But we crafters, that don't do this for a living, but just for the fun part and just for the beads, we need to set it on a price that we sell it quickly, and that we are that we can buy our beads again. And also, if you are a retail seller that sees this, please know that you are doing something good, and if you do it better than the crafters, you will always sell above the crafters, because that should be your market. If you are a retailer, I think that you have done your research, and I think that you don't have to be afraid of the competition that the crafters around you have. But that's how I see it. Anyway, up to the next question. Okay, the next question. I'm going to split this. I'm not going to name names because I didn't ask if I can name names. So I'm just going to, I think the people who commented on the video know who it is from. Someone asked if it is unethical, do I say it right? Unethical, to charge your friends less than other people. And I'm going to split this question in two, because I have a different answer on the two. So, is it unethical to charge your friends less? No, it isn't. Because if you sell from your home, someone is coming to you and your friends are asking you, can I sell it? I do this too. I sold like 3 weeks ago a birthday present for my best friend's mom. So she of course is going to get a huge discount from me, because I can't sell her it for the full price, because she does things for me too, because I have those kinds of friends. She does things for me too that she doesn't even charge, or that she charges maybe less for, or something like that. So really that is something that is not unethical. Nobody's going to see that. If I sell on Etsy and I make like all kinds of jewelry and stuff like there, and I price it at the right price, and my friend is coming over and she says, oh, I want to buy that or stuff like that, yes, of course I will make it for her, and she will get it cheaper. That is just something that friends do for each other. That is even something that is under how do I say that, with like crafters. Like if I craft and you craft, and you tell me, oh, I really like that, can we trade? Or can I buy that from you and I have something that I like from you? We can like do it like that way also. So that isn't really, that I think is unethical. She also asked if it is unethical to, if you have like a high scale market, so that is just when you go to a fair or something like that, like a high end, sorry, not high scale, high end market, and you have a low end market, if you can price your items differently. Well, I wouldn't do that, but it's totally up to you. I can totally understand if you go to a high-end market and you pay $50 for like the marketplace where you stand, your stand. It is just called your stand, right? And if you pay $50 for that and you have to get it out, I can understand that you want to price it higher. And that when you maybe go to a free market, that it is less expensive, you say, okay, I can price something lower. I wouldn't do that with the prices. I'm going to explain it. What I would do you go to the high-end market. I would take the same prices as you would do at the low-end market. I just would do different discounts. So for example, you can go to a high-end market and just sell everything as is. And of course you should also do discounts like 2 for 2, 3 for 2, and something like that. Of course, if you have like small things like maybe earrings that you really want to get rid of or something like that. But on a low-end market, low-end, it's not low-end, but on a lower, low-end market, you might want to do like other discounts, so better discounts maybe. Maybe you just put a 30% off everything, but keep the same prices. Because I'm going to give you an example. For example, somebody is going to shop at you at the low-end market, and she's going to buy something for $5. And that's very cheap. So let's say $15. That's a better price. $15. She buys something from you. She's very happy. Maybe you have a Facebook page and she gets like a card, something like that. Blah 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 blah. The next time she sees on your Facebook page that you have a local market and that is a high-end market, she's going to visit you because she wants to buy something from you. Then all of a sudden, the necklace she wanted to buy that she got for 15 euros the last time is now 25. She won't buy it. She will think, oh, that's strange that you have like different prices and stuff like that. That is very weird. So now let's turn it around. You are on the high-end market and someone is coming and she sees the necklace and she buys the necklace for the 25 and she's very happy with it and she gets the card from your Facebook page, blah 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 blah. And the next time she's going to see you on the low-end market and she sees the same necklace as she bought the last time from you for 15 euros or for $15. She's going to feel cheated and she's going to feel like, oh, that's weird. But when you put like discount on it, so everything on the table 10% off, or 10% is low, but everything on the table 30% off. I'm just naming a number there, just what you would like. In that case, you can also do it like that. The cheaper markets are, people come there that like something cheap, so they want like the discount and stuff like that. The high-end markets, you can keep it high-end and maybe a few nice discounts, or as I said, 3 for the price of 2, not the other way around. You know what I mean? Like you can play with it in that way, but always keep the same prices on your Facebook page, on your Etsy page, on your market, on your whatevers, but work with discounts, because you don't want to give the people an awkward feeling. But that is the way you can roll with that. So you can just indeed go lower with your price on low-end markets, but with a discount and not just on the price itself. So I hope that helped, and I'm going to the next question. So the next question. Someone asked, like, if you have like an inexpensive piece to make, so for example the cost of the materials is like $2, but you take 2 to 3 hours to make it, are you going to charge your minimum wage and the cost of your materials? Well, that's actually answered like in the first part of my of the video. Yes, you're going to charge your hourly wage because you have to charge something for it, and actually the price will be right. Like for example, if you have like $2 costs and you charge like $5 or $10 an hour, the piece will be 22. It can still look great, because if you work so hard on a piece, it is also like hourly wage. That is something that I need to add like here. Don't forget that you might work 2 hours on the project, I might work 2.5 hours on the project, and somebody else might work an hour on the project. So hourly wage, take it a little bit, time yourself. That is what I do. I write down when I start with making the piece of jewelry with all the beads laid out, and then when I finish the last bead and I've cut off my thread, I stop the time and I see how much time it took me, and I can like really feel for myself like, okay, it took me so much to or maybe I had a knot in my thread, or I needed to go back or something like that. So I charge, when I say 50 minutes, I would say like, now maybe between an hour or something extra, because the next time you might spend a little bit more time. But you have to not just guess like, oh, maybe it's in half an hour, because mostly when I say half an hour, I'm at least taking 3/4 of an hour at least. So keep that in mind. But yes, if you have low cost of materials and you really, but it also depends on the end product. But that is what I said like in the first part of the video. If you have like a project that is something like, for example, these, like the earrings that I showed you, like this is if you make it like with fake Swarovskis, because I have like the real Swarovskis on it, but you can also make this maybe with the China beads. Then in that case, maybe the pair of earrings that we make cost 50 cents, or if you also use very cheap seed beads, maybe it costs 50 cents or €1 to make. And if you then charge an hour, and I charge 10 an hour or 5 an hour, just what you charge, you can make that up yourself a little bit. It will cost like, what did I say? It will cost like $7.50 or something like that. Maybe you can then ask 10, but you know what I mean? Like it doesn't really matter. But you have to charge something for your time, and then check the market if it is the right cost. So I hope that helped, and I'm going to the next question. So the next question, and after this one we have just one more, and then for now it is that. Let's see. Where can I sell my jewelry besides craft shows and Etsy? Well, that's a good question. Actually, I do have a few answers for that. Of course, on your friends and your family and stuff like that is a good source of selling. Maybe you're a mom or a granny that someone sometimes take the grandchildren to school, or you take your children to school. Maybe that's a good place to show off the jewelry. Maybe people are asking like, oh, where did you get that from? Blah blah blah. I make it myself, and I also sell it. Blah, blah. Make it into a sales stock. You don't have to push it like, oh, buy my jewelry. Go ahead. Because if you don't, I don't like you anymore. That you don't have to do that, but you can make it. Sometimes I wear something. I am so bad in that. I know that I can do that, because the times that I have went to school with a piece of jewelry, I sold a few, but I'm very bad at that, because I don't want to push people like, oh yes, I'm a YouTuber, and yes, I do this and I do that, because people are like a little bit, oh, but do you do that? Like, and that's a little bit weird sometimes, so I don't want to push that too hard. But if you go to the kind of places, families, maybe even birthdays, like stuff like that, give someone on a birthday, giving something for free is something that also conducts sales. I do say that correctly, conducts, because those kinds of things like, oh, that's very pretty, where did you cut it from? I made it myself. Like, those are the things. So birthdays and stuff like that, if you give it something for free, of course, because it's birthday, that are good places. Family, friends, school, blah, yada yada yada. That's something that you can do. What else? Facebook groups, actually, not the groups like my Facebook group is not made for selling, but there are Facebook groups that you can sell your jewelry on. What also works a little bit better in my opinion, that also depends on what they sell there. I don't even know if you have that like in the US and stuff like that, or other countries, but we have like Facebook groups that sell things. So, for example, if I have like a bag or something and I don't want the bag anymore, I can put it up there. I can either trade it for like groceries and stuff like that, what is actually the same. I just don't have to go to the store for my groceries, but like people pick up the groceries from the store and bring it to you and then trade it for the item. But it can also be that you just get money for it, so you can try to sell on those kind of groups, so Facebook groups that are in your local neighborhood and stuff like that. That can be something that you could try. And what else? I believe there is something that is called Craftsy, that is something like Etsy, but I'm not sure if they also sell items there. I do believe they do, but check Craftsy out, because they have also like nice patterns and stuff like that on it. Craftsy is not very big, but it's very cute, so I like the site a lot. You can check that out. What else? Because it is besides local markets and Etsy. I think like what I heard a lot, I know it's a kind of market, but I'm just going to name this one because I heard a lot of people talking about that on Facebook and stuff like that. That's the Renaissance fairs. So the Renaissance fairs seems to be something that is a good source of selling your jewelry also. So maybe you can try that out. And that's what I have for now. Maybe when I come up with other things, or maybe when you're watching this, maybe other people will also like see, oh, I sell there and there. Maybe you have like ideas, because you also everything that is in your neighborhood. Maybe you have like a clubhouse or something like that. That would be great. Also, oh, I forgot that one. I thought I had 4, but flower shops. We have like high-end flower shops here. I don't know if you have it there too also, but like high-end flower shops. There you can also ask like if they also sell, some flower shops also sell like accessories and stuff like that. Maybe that's a good place. Also other shops, so just hairdressers might work and stuff like that. So that kinds of shops. I don't know if you have it there, but we have also special stores, and the special stores are you can go in and you have like all kinds of and I lost the word again. Marketplaces, stands, yes, that's the word, stands. So you have all kinds of stands, and you can like hire a stand there for the month, and I believe that's pretty expensive here. I believe it's 75 euros for a month, but those stores really go well in our neighborhood. Like really, there are stands that just sell their stands empty every day, and it really depends in what country you live, in what kind of and what kind of people around you live, what they buy. But that might be something, I don't know if it's in your country also, but if there are Dutch viewers here, that is something that is popping up like toadstools here in the Netherlands. So maybe that's something that you can check out. And I hope that answered your question, and I will go to the next question now. Okay, the last question for today, and if you have any questions for me, you can comment them down below here, or you can comment them on my Facebook group, Beading Beads and Beaders. I would love to hear from you, because I think that with this one video not everything is answered, because we have to talk about Etsy again, and we have to talk about marketplaces again, because I wanted to talk to you about like what do you have to take to a market and stuff like that. And before I'm going to do that, I want to brainstorm with you all like what are your tips and tricks and stuff like that, because I want to make the video as whole as possible. So the last question is very interesting actually, because I found out this myself, because I sold normal jewelry before I sold like bead weaving jewelry. This lady says like if you have a steady flow of sales for less expensive items that are not bead weave, for example purse chains, key rings made with beads, how can you increase sales of bead weaving items? Is it a different, because it's a different market altogether? Such a good question, because that is very hard indeed. Because if you have like just picture it in your mind, you're on the market and you see a stand. Right in the first place, you see a stand, and in the first time, not the first place. And it has like all kinds of cheaper jewelry, handmade but cheaper jewelry. And then all of a sudden you see that Swarovski beaded, all shiny, and that's like $35. and you're like, what? But the rest is like $5, so why is that so expensive? Now, here comes something, and you, all the beaders don't want to hear this, but I've experienced this myself, and it's kind of a heartbreaking story actually, because it's so sad. It is like this: people who don't bead don't see, I can better say, the difference between glass and Swarovski. Again, people who don't bead and who don't know anything about beading won't see the difference between Swarovski or glass. Yes, it hurts. Yes, I can explain, but this is made with Swarovski. But people look at the price. People look at the price like with the inexpensive and expensive things. So, my tip for you beaders out there that want to sell inexpensive things and expensive things, go and buy, I can't believe I can say this, go buy glass. You have like on eBay, you have the Rivolis and stuff like that. I believe they sell like 100 for €7 or something like that. Make the jewelry you want to make with the seed beads and stuff that you want to make, but keep your expensive, keep it low cost in that way. Of course, if you want to work with tila beads and stuff, yes, you can do that, but that will be more expensive. It is hard to sell that together. You can better like, what works the other way around is if you have like a marketplace, so a stand full of expensive things, and you have some inexpensive things around that. That goes better than the other way around. And it is the difference between what the people want, the kind of people want that wear like the less expensive jewelry and stuff like that, and the people who want the high-end jewelry. It also depends on the place that you are selling, so that's just very hard. But if you want to make more exclusive things, search on eBay and go with glass so that you can keep your costs down, still make pretty things. What I recommend is, I made a tutorial a long while ago how to encase a Rivoli, so how to bezel a Rivoli, I believe the video is called, and that video bezels a glass Rivoli actually, I believe. Yes, I believe that's yes, I know for sure. It's a glass Rivoli, and back then I didn't really understand like the difference between the quality of Swarovski and the quality of glass and stuff like that. And glass tends to, if you scratch it, it's not like crystal, so it scratches. But that is something that you can try. The things I recommend making is like the beaded Rivoli, so the bezeled Rivoli, because if you make like a whole bracelet of that and you make them with glass stones, and the glass stones really cost like, I believe I even can buy those for like 5 cents a piece or stuff like that. And let's say you have 10, that's 50 cents. And then maybe with some Miyuki, because you want to work with Miyuki. And those are without delicas, the tutorial I made. And you make a bracelet of that. It's super cheap. It's easy to make, and you can easily sell that for a little bit higher end price in compared to the jewelry that you make, but you keep your costs low. So for example, if I wanted to make that like with 40mm Swarovski Rivolis, I would have to buy 10 of those, and I believe the 10 of those are like, I think if I have it correctly, they're €1 a piece. I believe that if I buy more, that it's a little bit cheaper, but let's say €1 a piece. So €1 a piece, and then I buy 10, so that's €10 to make. And then I have to have the seed beads and then the hourly wage on top of that. Nobody's going to buy that if you have like cheap things. So if you want to make those kind of things, and I have ideas for that, maybe I'm going to make like a video about that, like so that is not a tutorial video, but I'm going to make like cheaper jewelry because I want to do a fair, maybe winter time, something like that. I don't know for sure yet, with the cheaper things, to check that out. But make it with like cheaper beads. And then the higher end cheaper beads, if that makes sense. So the glass Rivolis, those will cost you next to nothing in compared to real Swarovski, but they will still give the shine and people will just want to buy them. that's just a thought. And if you really want to have like high end and like the lower end on your stand, then I at least advise you, if you really want to try to weave that in together, it's a beating joke, you can like make a flat table with the cheaper things and then maybe set it on higher with the higher end. So I hope I explained it well. So if you have like a tablecloth on it, so maybe a black tablecloth, you would just keep the cheaper things looking cheap, and then the higher end stuff, make it look high end, because you can't put the higher end stuff on the table in the same way as you did with the lower end stuff. So if you really want to try it, you can try it like that, or make less cheaper jewelry, try the high end for a while, see how that goes. And if that doesn't work, and still make it the same way, so the table like the cheaper and then with the low cost higher end jewelry, if that makes sense. So with the fake Swarovskis, also put that up, because people just like really shines and stuff like that. So that's that. That was the end of this video. I have a lot more to tell you, because I also want to talk about trends and Etsy and marketplaces and stuff like that. And I also want to talk to you about other things that have to do with selling. How do you treat a rude customer, something like that. Or maybe you guys have questions that I didn't come to answer yet. Maybe you have questions for me. Please ask as many questions as you want, because I'm going to make this into like a series. And I'm sorry for all the long video rambling, but I wanted to really give you some content in this video that may help you and may help you understand better about this market. Anyway, I really hope that you like this tutorial, it's not really a tutorial, but this video. And if you want to give it a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it, because I know in that way that you like these videos and that you want to see more of these. And if you dislike it, I know that you don't want to see these videos and just want to beat. And for those people, I have a lot of tutorials, and if you don't want to see these kinds of videos again, I will announce like in the title and stuff like that it's a talking video, so you don't have to watch my talking in this way. Anyway, I hope that you like this. I hope that you got some content out of this, and I would really like to see your comments, and that I can make another video with that. And yeah, well, that was it for today. I hope you have a very nice day, and I will see you next time.